A mother and her children with claw-like hands stand outside their home in the 1930s. A group of circus performers with different bodies pose together for a photo in the 1870s. Two little people in costume talk near a circus trailer in the 1940s. A group of circus clowns laugh and pose for a group photo in the 1950s. A performer in a feather costume poses on stage as a bird man in the 1940s. A man with facial differences smiles at a table while someone points at him in the 1930s. People with various physical differences pose outside a circus train in the 1930s. People gather at a carnival sideshow labelled Human Freaks in the 1940s. A young girl with a physical condition is shown crawling in a staged photo in the 1930s. A family of albino performers poses for a formal photograph in the 1860s. An older performer in costume sits in a wheelchair beside a younger woman in the 1980s. A young girl with 4 legs sits for a studio portrait in the 1890s. A tall man stands between 2 circus performers with unique appearances in the 1880s. A man with extremely thin arms and legs poses for a portrait in the 1870s. A very tall man stands behind a seated dwarf outside a circus tent in the 1940s. A dwarf couple in formal clothes pose for a portrait in the 1930s. A man with 3 legs poses on stools in a studio in the 1900s. large group of circus performers with unique looks posed together on stage in the 1920s. Three performers laugh and chat outside a circus trailer in the 1930s. A clown in a checkered suit performs with a prop head on a stick in the 1920s. A man and woman joined at the waiststand in front of a cart in the 1910s. Two young circus performers stand near a decorated wagon in the 1900s. Two strongman twins pose shirtless in matching outfits in the 1970s. Three girls perform a balancing act on circus balls in the 1920s. A group of clowns pose together in front of a big circus tent in the 1940s. Clowns joke around while pretending to take a photo with an old camera in the 1950s. A clown and circus women pose with a llama near a tent in the 1960s. A clown stands proudly beside a circus wagon with painted scenes in the 1930s. A close-up shows a clown with wild hair and a big collar smiling in the 1940s. Three people in scary animal masks pose on a hillside in the 1930s. A scary clown stands behind a family in their home in the 1970s. A clown with wild hair and spooky makeup sits for a portrait in the 1890s. A group of circus performers with unique appearances gather near a wagon in the 1930s. Elvira Snow and Jenny Lee Snow pose for a freak show photo in 1932. clown holds a crying child near a bus or train in the 1950s. A very tall woman hugs circus performers around her in the 1930s. A boy bodybuilder poses with kettlebells in a studio in the 1900s. Three clowns in masks and costume run together at a circus in the 1940s. Two men with unusual hair and facial features pose with a man in a suit in the 1920s. A strong man and a woman in costume pose outside a decorated circus wagon in the 1920s. A clown with big makeup smiles and leans on a cane backstage in the 1950s. A very thin man sits in a chair for a circus studio photo in the 1920s. A clown points at a frowning child near a crowd at a fair in the 1950s. A male contortionist balances in a twisted pose on a stand in the 1940s. A bartender hands a drink to a man with a twisted head in a bar in the 1950s. A woman with no legs and dressed in costume poses on a circus floor in the 1940s. A woman with no arms and legs named Miss Rosina poses in costume in the 1910s. Three women with long neck rings play cards on a bed in the 1930s. A limbless man writes using his mouth on a box in the 1940s. A woman on a horse poses with circus performers and a clown in the 1910s.